So, Echo.
Yes.
Speaking of fighting hard.
Sure.
Is there anything you know about that can help us stay in the fight?
Stay in the fight. Continue fighting hard.
Check.
Sure. First thing you need to do is take care of your body habitus. I use that word wrong, but body habitus is like your habitat on your body. Anyway, take care of your body is what I meant, including but not limited to your joints. A lot more important than I thought from the beginning in the beginning. So how you do that is super krill oil. Jocko has super krill oil. Jocko has krill oil called super krill oil. Another supplement called Joint Warfare. These are good for your joints. Don't neglect them. That's how you stay in the fight. Straight up. Get them at originmain.com. Also, you want to increase your capacity and capability in the fight. Physically, mentally. You take a new product called Discipline. It's called Discipline. It's not discipline itself. It's called Discipline. Anyway, it's cognitive and physical enhancer. Force multiplier. Mental plus physical. The sum is greater than the parts. Anyway, originmain.com. That's where you get them. Really good. They also have gis and rash guards there at Origin Main. And they are all made in America. I don't know if you know this. It's a big deal. He does good work over there.
From the dirt to the shirt.
Yeah. The cotton is even grown in America. And that's very important. See what I did there? Yeah, gis, rash guards, compression gear, pants, compression pants, spats, all there. Also, speaking of Origin, we have an immersion camp, jiu-jitsu immersion camp. All levels of jiu-jitsu are welcome to this, by the way. What about kids? Kids welcome to that one?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because
I don't think they have the capacity for kids there at the camp.
Shoot, they were asking me that. Interesting. Nonetheless, all levels, even if you don't have any jiu-jitsu at all. In fact, last time there was a group who didn't have, or I think it was like some didn't have any jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, no jiu-jitsu.
And it just went on the, like some of the stuff you learn, if you don't have any jiu-jitsu, it's like, okay, that's not going to fit into my knowledge because you have no knowledge. So it's like, that's not, I don't understand this quite yet. You kind of got to know.
We did the fundamentals class for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even during, while it was going on, I had a group on the site of like a good 12 people. And we're just doing the basic fundamentals.
No jiu-jitsu. Yeah, for sure. All levels. And by the way, if you're a beginner, yeah, that's cool. But also if you're good, you'll also get some awesome training there.
Yeah. There's everybody.
Great guys there.
Yeah. Huge, good
and
spot.
And it's cool. Yeah. It's up in Maine.
Echo Lake. Are we on Echo Lake this time again?
Oh, yeah, we are on Echo Lake this year, yeah. Echo Lake.
Layers.
Echo's got his own lake.
Sure. Echo Park, Echo Lake. Dang. Nonetheless, yeah. So, yeah, originmain.com. You can look and see all that stuff. And, if you want something, get something. If you want to come to the immersion camp, come to the immersion camp. I'll be there. Jocko, you going?
Yeah, I am.
You're so mad last time you couldn't do that. Your rib.
Yeah.
Your rib, right?
My rib was jacked.
Dang.
This year it won't be jacked.
No. It's all good, bro. You're the man. Either way. Also, for fitness gear, you want to vary up your workout? You want to implement new movements? Kettlebells? Do you do kettlebells? I know, Jocko, you do kettlebells. I know that. But that's the question.
Yeah, you do.
Mike Granchi, right? Mike, this guy, he's a brown belt or black belt, I forget, up in Carlsbad area. Anyway, I've known him for a long time. I used to work with his sister. I don't even know if he remembers that. But so watching, you know who Jeff Clark is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's under him. He hit me up. He's like, hey, I want to get into kettlebells now. He's like, I'm looking at the On It ones or whatever. Asking the advice. Here's the thing. I'm not an expert on the kettlebells, but I do know this. Don't get nuts with them. But don't go too light either, though. I bought a kettlebell for my daughter. She's 5 now. Mm-hmm. So it's it looks cool. It's like one of the little...
24 kilograms?
No. No, man. Anyway, the smallest one.
Yeah.
But when I picked that up, I'm like, no matter what fitness level I'm at, this isn't going to do much for me, so don't go too light, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nonetheless, Get them from Onnit. Go onnit.com/Jocko. There's some good stuff. A lot of options there. You think you're stuck in a boring Jocko workout, super hard but boring. You're going to fall off that wagon. Maybe. I don't know. Depends on who you are. But if you want to vary it up, go onnit.com/Jocko. There's some good fitness gear. Also, when you're getting any of the books that we review on this podcast, I got them organized for you on jockopodcast.com. Click on the top books section. I think specifically it says books from Jocko Podcast. Got them organized by episode, including Rob Jones' Journey's journal, by the way. Pretty much anything that we're reading, I'm going to put it on there for access, easy access. And it happens to support, takes you to Amazon. Boom. Get your book. 2-day delivery, 1-day delivery, 8-hour delivery sometimes. And, if you're going to do other shopping, continue on. Do you. Be you. Also, subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify. Stitcher. I already said Stitcher.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Whatever you listen to podcasts on, subscribe.
Yeah.
Seems obvious, right? Also, YouTube. If you are interested in the video version of this podcast, you want to see what Jocko looks like, if you care. You want to see what I look like, if you care. Which may be a little bit more of a thing because apparently I don't sound how I look. I still get that, by the way.
Yeah. No, I just talked to a guy about it the other day.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
That'll never go away, huh?
Nope.
Until everyone has seen me. No one sees me. Anyway, if you are interested in that, YouTube video version of this podcast. Also excerpts. Take little chunks out of the podcast and post them so you can share them so they don't have to listen to 2.5, 3 hours of a whole podcast to get one lesson. One specific lesson.
That's on the YouTube channel.
On the YouTube
And you just
channel.
made a new video.
I did, yeah. I'm making more videos now.
Time is running out.
Time is running out.
That's a
that
new
was
video.
an important one. So I'll choose little excerpts or whatever to be like, you know what, this one to me hit harder. This little message that you said. And that one was, because it is one of those ones, because you know how the old saying where it's like, yeah, we know we had to have a limited time on this earth, but we don't act like it kind of thing, that whole thing. And really, when you think about that, that's more true than I think most people realize. And, that's why people go through like midlife crisis, right? You know how they hit a certain age
I'm
and
going
they're
to
like,
get my ear pierced and get a Corvette.
yeah, I gotta get it back. I don't know. It's that scrambling situation, You're trying to scramble to get more in. But, there's going to come a time you can't do that.
There's a little old school footage in there, in that video.
Yeah.
Too. If you want to see me when I was, I don't know, like 13 or 14.
Sure.
Maybe. Yeah, I was probably 14. I'm going to guess 14.
Bronson's Children.
Band.
Was that Bronson's Children, though?
Bronson's
that was
Children.
straight up it. Because you went through
practice.
phases, right?
Yeah,
because you were somebody else.
It would be hard to identify fully the actual, because we had a bunch of different names. One of the names of the band was Rage of Discipline.
Rage of Discipline.
Rage of Discipline.
Wait, it was never Disciples of Discipline.
No,
is that
it was
something
not.
else?
It was
okay,
not
Rage
Disciples of Discipline. It was Rage of Discipline.
Yeah.
And it was struggle. It was lock and load, which is really militaristic for someone that wasn't in the military to be like, my band's called Lock and Load. I realize how cheesy that is now.
No, that's pretty dope, actually.
Well, I don't know. But anyways.
Rage of Discipline's real military-ish. See, Brad, you were even before.
Yeah,
like,
no,
this whole
that's what the guy you got the video footage from, Elgin James, when he comes on the podcast, he's like, yeah, I'm going to tell people. I actually just, spoiler alert, because he's like, I can't wait to tell everyone that you had a band called Rage of Discipline when you were 14 years old.
I know, yeah.
And I was kind of laughing about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
but yeah, there it is.
You were in the making from the beginning.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But, also, I also look back and think, well, man, I did some dumb stuff when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, you didn't get a handle on the discipline till later, but, the seed was there. Yeah. Like a little rattlesnake. You know how they say they're the most dangerous because they can't control the venom. They don't have the discipline.
Oh.
But they want the discipline. That's what I think.
That's what I was like, a little rattlesnake.
Yes.
Interesting.
Exactly right. Nonetheless, you can see these videos on YouTube.
Well, the video's a cool video, yeah.
Thanks, Jocko.
Good job, Echo Charles.
Thanks. Try to do more videos. Also, Jocko has a store. It's called Jocko Store. This is where you can get Discipline Equals Freedom shirts. There's that word again, discipline. Iconic one. Also, rash guards on there. Women's stuff on there. Hoodies on there. Beanies. Here's the thing. The beanies have a little bit more of a process. But they're being approved. And, there's going to be some beanies on there. New shirt is out.
Just in time for summer. Good job.
Just saying. Hey, man, they're there.
They'll need them down in Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah.
For the summertime down there.
Yeah. And
the southern hemisphere.
Yeah. In Hawaii.
You're wearing a new shirt today.
That's right.
Is this out?
Back to the book. It's out.
It's out. It's available.
Thing is, I didn't say anything. I just kind of snuck it on there. So some people got it.
So it's live.
It's live.
Okay.
Been live for a day.
Back to the book.
Back to the book. It's actually good. The front of it has a book. On the back has all the titles that you've reviewed.
Oh.
It's a good one. Anyway,
Cool.
if you want to see what that looks like, jockostore.com. If you want something, get something. It's a good way to support. Also, Psychological Warfare. If you don't know what that is, it's an album with tracks that each track is engineered. It's not music tracks, Jocko tracks. Engineered to help you through any moment of weakness that you may stumble upon or that might stumble upon you. Actually, you shouldn't say stumble upon you because that kind of gives the ownership to like, oh, it happens to me. You know what I mean? If you hit weakness, you hit the weakness. Like you stumbled on the weakness. You can't blame the weakness. You blame you. See what I'm saying?
Check.
So any moment of weakness that you happen to stumble upon, there's a track for that. Procrastination, waking up early, the diet stuff, falling off the diet wagon. You want to eat some donuts because they're free at work. It's wasteful if you don't eat them. It's disrespectful to the person who bought them.
No.
And you're gonna eat them. That's weak. Stay on the path. And if you need a little spot, Psychological Warfare, you can get it on iTunes, Amazon Music, various wherever you can purchase MP3s. Boom, get it from there. Psychological Warfare. It's a good one. Good way to support too, by the way.
Good way to support. Also, if you need some more support, you can get Jocko White Tea. And I've got some bad news and good news. Mm-hmm. Bad news, they've started testing for Jocko White Tea. So they started testing. They're worried. They see guys just dominating, and they're thinking they're probably on Jocko White Tea. Yeah. The good thing, that's the bad news. Good news is, doesn't matter. Can't test for it. All natural. It's all natural. No one can believe that a fully natural substance can raise any human being's deadlift to 8,000 pound minimum, but there it is.
It is
factual. Factual. Books. All right, books. You can get some books. Way the Warrior Kid. This is the book for kids. The book for kids. See the feedback. Go on social media. Go on Twitter. Go on Facebook, Iboha, and see kids studying, see kids doing pull-ups, see kids doing jiu-jitsu, see kids getting after it. That'll tell you right there. So many parents have said, I can't believe my kid now wants to study. They post little pictures of kids making math flashcards. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Imagine if you get your kid to do math flashcards voluntarily. Boom. So that's what I'm talking about. And now there's Way the Warrior Kid 2, Mark's Mission. In this book, Uncle Jake teaches young Mark, and he really teaches the rest of us, how to control his temper, how to work hard, how to be frugal and smart with money. There's a little entrepreneurial activity in the book. He also learns how to take care of his gear. He learns how to save his money. He learns how to deal with insults and with verbal abuse, and he learns to overcome his fear of failure. That's a lot to learn in one book.
Yeah.
But it's there. Yeah. The lessons are there. And it's done in a simple, clear way that only Uncle Jake knows how to do. And speaking of entrepreneurial warrior kids, don't forget about Aiden. Young Aiden. He's only 12 years old, but he has a business. He's making soap from goat milk, from goats on his farm. And he's not just making any soap. He's making good soap. He's making Jocko soap. Mm-hmm. You can order it at IrishOaksRanch.com. And the motto, which I thought of, not giving Aiden any credit for this. He didn't think of this motto. Mm-hmm. I thought of the motto. Mm-hmm. The motto is, stay clean. So yeah, get yourself some Jocko soap. You can also get a book called The Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual, and that's another book. The feedback is awesome. The feedback is awesome. People that get that book and they get on the path. They get stronger, healthier, smarter, more disciplined. They get better and they live a better life. And that's awesome to hear. So if you or someone you know needs to know how to get on the path and stay on the path, then the field manual is for them and it'll help them do just that. And for the audio version, it's not on Audible because then you can't have an album with tracks. The audio version is on iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, other MP3 platforms. So if you want the audio version, get that. Also, obviously, there's a book called Extreme Ownership. It is combat leadership. These are the lessons that we learned in combat, translated into leadership principles for business and life. And you know what? Still on the Amazon charts right now. Is number 17 on all Amazon charts for books read or something like that. So yeah, you got to dig that. It's still selling. And also, announcement, just went over 1 million copies sold. Yeah, which is pretty legit. So thanks everyone for doing that, for buying some books, some copies of the books. And by the way, you don't sell 1 million copies of a book on just hype. And we didn't do it through paid advertising, which I don't even know if you could do it through paid advertising. The book sells because of the word of mouth. So everyone that listens to this podcast, buys the book, spreads the word, gets it for other people. You're the reason that book is selling so well still. So thank you all for spreading the word, telling people, get it for them, get it for their team, up and down the chain of command, Extreme Ownership. Pick it up. Furthermore, Echelon Front, that's my leadership and management consulting company. We solve problems through leadership. That's what we do. And that is how all problems get solved, through leadership. So it's me, it's Leif Babin, it's JP Donnell, it's Dave Burke. You can email info@echelonfront.com or you can go to the website echelonfront.com. And of course, we are approaching the muster. This is the most dynamic leadership conference ever, of all time. Tickets are selling. We've already kind of expanded the floor in the location that we have in DC as much as we can to accommodate more people. But I'm telling you, it's going to sell out. We're only doing 2 musters this year. One is in Washington, DC, May 17th and 18th. And one is in San Francisco, October 17th and 18th. So come, learn, hang out, get your pragmatic leadership skills. And also, it's important to know that there's no green room. There's no backstage. We'll be there hanging out, answering questions, talking, eating, working out, and hanging out with everyone that shows up. So join us there. You can register at extremeownership.com and also on extremeownership.com. There's a document that we put together. So some people, they want to come to the conference. They need to run it up their chain of command. And they kind of say, what should I say up my chain of command? I want my chain of command to pay for it, which is awesome. And the chain of command should pay for it because they're going to get back a much better leader in their organization. But we put a document on there. You can click on the link, the little, what's that? The little link. I guess it's called a link.
Sure.
It's called Creating Leaders at Every Level. And that's also on extremeownership.com. We'll see you there. We'll see you at the muster. And until we do see you at the muster, you can find us interacting and conversing and cruising on the interwebs, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on that Fustabo Hockey. Echo is at Echo Charles, and I am at Jocko Willing.